gather round on a Thursday night in the Metaverse, feeling hype. Matthew and Rizzle, they're on the mic. Welcome to the WIP. Hold on tight. Thank the Lord it's Thursday and we meet each other again. The WIP crew is ready for this virtual event. The seas might be rough, but we will have a jolly time. Is everybody here? Are the avatars in line? There's so much going on in the NFT world. It seems like uncharted sea. Let Matthew and Grizzle guide us through. The speaker is ready and so are we. Let's keep sailing on the Metaverse. Thursday's when the lightning strikes. So listen up, there's a lot to learn. Keep the treasure in your sight. Please no one get the veggie draw. Just upgrade your microphone. Together we're strong, we ain't gonna stop. Welcome to the WIP Meetup.
Boom. Quick mic check. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good. What up, Easy? Glad you can make it in time. Yo, thank you all for jumping in here, joining us at the WIP on another Thursday. This is Matthew, aka Nifty Time. I say this every damn week, but I legitimately am also very, very excited for today's show for a number of reasons. We got the Museum of Cryptoart in the house. We got Untitledxyz coming back to take us on another Metaverse tour. Very excited for that. But also, if you've listened to anything I've been talking about or yapping about with Rizzle on the pod over the past couple of months, one of the things I've been extremely excited about is just the game development over within Farcade, over on the Purple app. And we have one of my favorite game designers in the house, Volks, to walk us through his latest game called Pixel Survivors, which I'm just absolutely enamored with. Love playing it, love the development, and really excited about some of the future potential on that end. Before we get into that, quick show, like I mentioned, Rizzo and I continue to yap and record it and publish it. People keep minting it. So here's another episode. A little bit of a technical delay because of last week's New York trip, but it's out in the wild. Next week, we have a cool conversation coming up with Josie, which is it was just like a great catch-up call, but also we talked a lot about Josie's upcoming project Drifters. So check that out when it's live. But with that, I'm going to shut my mouth up so we can get the mic over to Rizzle so we can get this proper hype train rolling for today's show. Rizzle, dude, you there?
Yeah. Can I get a mic check?
Hey, sound good.
All right, cool. I was just thinking as you were doing that, man, I'm like, we've never gotten over the full paranoia of never knowing if our microphones are going to work, despite having done this for like however many thousands of years now. Always need the mic check. Yo, shout out Foxy Yoga for holding down the pre-whip as always. I'm gonna do a little I don't know, I guess this isn't that unusual anymore. I'm gonna do a little self-shill because I'm doing a collab with MLibT, who is one of my all-time favorite artists from like way back in the day, and want to fanboy a little bit because when we were all young children, OG, MLibT was pushing out crypto skateboards, and I was like, yo, this dude is really cool. I want some of his art, and Matt had actually collected a piece on Scent like way back in the day with this sort of like glowing object, like going back and forth and everything. And now I'm like actually doing an art collab with him, and I feel very fucking cool for doing that. So that's my self show. I think it's coming out in the next day or two. So check that out. I'm excited for Volks's Farcade shit. I've been purposely avoiding getting myself hooked on it, but I know if Matt's excited about a game, that it's good because Matt's never excited about games, and I show him things, and he's like, yeah, that's cool, but then he never plays them. But so this one must be good, and I get hooked on these things, so I'm absolutely excited to hear about that. Untitled is a legend up in the house. If you're in the WIP parcel, which you should be, you may notice a bunch of the Babachi that Fabiano and I are launching next month that just happen to have a bunch of traits from Untitledxyz, Renee, Colborne, Museum of Cryptoart. So, a little not subtle shill for our own project, but we tried to roll in legendary traits, and it just lined up like that. So here we go. Big shout out to Untitled. He's giving out a Mocha room this week, and you'll see what that is, and it's very impressive. So you want that. Shout out to Colborn, who's giving out 7 Art Decos today, and we're going to figure out how to do that. Fabiano, as always, for helping set up the parcel, loading up the babachis for this week, giving out another free NFT, something to do with rats and babachis, most likely. They're all awesome. And if you've been here for a while, you've got like quite the epic series of rats all up in your OpenSea wallet. So check your hidden wallet. It's infested, but we like it that way. If you're listening to me and you have no idea what's going on, we're in the general channel of the Discord here. So if anyone's doing some screen sharing or link dropping, that's where everything will go. We are also in Hyperfi, and we'll be taking a field trip in Hyperfi. So if you're, you got to get used to that. So double tap spacebar to fly, shift to run. It's not like crazy complicated, but you should be in there because there's some cool shit to see today. And /dance to dance. That is critical up in here. So let's see. Click on our stuff. We have a Warpcast channel. I have DGen loaded up to tip people who post in it. Thank you, whoever is complimenting the dancing. We have a Warpcast channel. We have a YouTube channel. If you missed last week's Babachi Shill Fest and the deep dive into it, watch the raw footage. And if you're sick of me talking about it, you got to wait at least a month. So get used to it. Sign the guest book. That's how you get today's gift. Yep, Fabiano just posted the image of it. And once again, rats all up in your hidden folder. So sign the guest book so you get that. It might have something to do with the rest of today's giveaways. I'm going to leave it to our guests to tell you about that. If you have a question for any of today's guests, hit show in the chat box in Discord at SHO, and he will relay them to the speakers. And stick around for a group shot with, Paradox isn't here today, so we need a fake Paradox at the end. So we've never had a problem conjuring up a fake Paradox or a fake Paradox, but you're gonna have to try out his accent, and we'll let it slide. It's never very good. Shout out to everyone who makes this happen week in and week out. If you don't know, you should know. This like Metaverse public broadcasting or some shit. We've been doing this for like 6+ years, and we've had everyone on here. So if you like what we do, send us all your money and all your shit. The WIPmeetup.eth, it'll get chopped up amongst our crew. If you want to give stuff away to our audience or to our crew, we love stuff. So send us your stuff and we'll give out your stuff. And I think that's everything. I think I've shilled all the things too many times, and now I'm going to get off the mic so I can get hooked on this game that Matt's been talking about. Last thing, shout out to the crew who makes this happen week in, week out. Foxy Yoga, Easy Paradox Show, Dragonade, Commonwealth the Stowaway, Brokehawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Fractilians, Johan, Matt, Metageist. If you wander around here, they're all Babachi-fied as well as everyone else in the Metaverse. So with that, I'm going to try and pass the mic over to Volks so I can get caught up on what's cooking over at Farcade, because I've been playing some of the games, but I need to know about this one.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Nice to be here. This is going to be my first podcast or like interview in this way. So
yeah, it's something, man. Really appreciate that and you hopping on. Please tell people what you've been cooking over at Farcade.
So it has been a journey, definitely. 6 months, I think it has been for me since I've started vibe coding and like moving from design to the coding kind of mindset a little bit. Trying to understand what's going on since I was a ex-Microsoft game designer and product designer. I'm like, okay, so what can I do that I don't need a corporation anymore? Like, I don't need anybody else. And Farcade really come in to that amazing pain point that I was just fed up with Unity. I was fed up with Unreal Engine and all those complications. And then Farcade platform just offered something way more creative and easy to get into. So I think the whole story started from there. The HTML5 gaming was really the breakthrough with the vibe coding. So that's how it started. Hello.
Yo, man, can you tell people about the game itself, Pixel Survivor? I'm familiar with Farcade. I'm familiar with Warpcast. I think a lot of people have at least gotten to that point or close enough. But tell people about the game itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Pixel Survivor is like a roguelite-ish bullet hell type game. It's one of its kind on the blockchain at the moment. It's a direct influenced. It's influenced directly from games like Vampire Survival or Brotato, or like a lot of games that created this genre like several years ago. And it's really fun small game that it just keeps the player engaged and playing with the upgrade system, and like the very engaging boss mechanics that I'm planning to add more of course. It's really small and fun game. I don't know if you guys tried it already or not, but more updates are coming soon also. So yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome. We've got a couple questions rolling in. I'll throw the mic over to Show so he can hit you with those. And I'm going to server mute Renee because he's got a hot mic.
Okay.
How's my audio, y'all? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
If it cuts out, let me know, okay? Hey Volks, what's going on, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Yeah, we have a bunch of questions that just rolled in, but let me first ask you this. You mentioned that you wanted independence and that you disliked certain tools like Unity and etc. that are used by many people when it comes to building games and the like. Would you say that people are coming to Farcaster in order to vibe code, build things, and get hired? Is this like the new way that people are getting hired and paid?
Well, that's really up to the individual, I think. I don't think Farcade is offering something like this. The opportunity is there since it's a new market, and like it is going to be challenging markets like Apple Store or like a Google Play Store. Like, so eventually, if you think about it, if you come into the early market and establish yourself right here, and if the team delivers what they're planning to deliver, I think there is an opportunity. Yes, I don't think it's like to get hired, but you can maybe do an indie gaming here with little less competition. And I want to correct something. I love Unity and I love Unreal Engine, but the complication that they have sometimes is just overwhelming for a solo developer, was what I was trying to get. Otherwise, they're amazing softwares.
That's awesome. We have a question from Easy in Crypto. He would like to know, what was the inspiration for this epic game?
I think since I played Vampire Survivals back in the day, it was I was bored. It was a game on sale, and I played it, and I wasn't have any expectation. I really hooked up with the game loop that they had. It was very simple. It was the simplest thing you can build, and it was really fun. So since I played that game, I had this ultimate idea to be able to, like, I want to make one of these. Like, I need to make my own bullet hell. I really think I can do a good one. And after, I think 3 years later, I did one. So yeah, that was the inspiration.
That's cool. We have a question from Jago Nate. He would like to know, can bosses not spawn on top or directly in front of me in the direction I'm moving? Usually it results in an instant game over. Can that stop?
It did stop. I'm not sure when is the last time you played, but I did a hotfix about a week ago, maybe a little longer. And now every time a boss spawns, you have 3 seconds of grace time. You blink and nothing will happen to you for about 3 seconds, which is a good amount of time on mobile to be able to respond if you're like, oh no, what's going on? Based on my tests. So hopefully you're safe now.
That's cool. We have a question from Metageist. He would like to know, Did you have zero coding experience before vibe coding, or did you have experience?
I wouldn't say I had a zero experience, but it was maybe a junior level, if anything. Like I can read the code, I can probably do very basics with JavaScript, but that was about it. I wouldn't say I had much of a code background. I did code my in 2019. I code my Unity game using C Sharp. It was a very simple Flappy Bird kind of game, so I know a little bit, but really not enough to claim that I know how to like code in that way.
That's
Although
cool.
it's also changing. Like 3 months, I can comfortably say, and I hope nobody's gonna get it offended in a way, but like 3 months of vibe coding every day is really a very fast way to learn how to code and how to like if you're actually doing it step by step and checking everything you're doing, like you can learn really fast how to actually code and what to troubleshoot and all that stuff.
That's awesome. We have a question from Nifty Time. He would like to know, what is the name of the genre? What genre is this?
It's mainly bullet hell. It's the genre called. So like you have unlimited shooting mechanism. I think the main genre it's called bullet hell, and it is going to hit more on the roguelite, where you're gonna have maybe hopefully a state management where your character is going to level up each round you do. So like you're gonna have every time you play, you don't have to play from the start. You're gonna have certain abilities carrying over with you going forward. But bullet hell.
That's cool. Lastly, we have a question from Dragonate. He would like to know, after a boss is killed, can enemies not spawn in a gigantic group all around you, forcing you to eat damage or you get like an instant game over?
I'm not sure what that is, but right after the boss fights end, the game mechanics reset themselves to spawn again. So that's why you immediately start seeing, and especially if you're in higher level, in higher stages, the spawn rate might be very fast. But that's favorable because if I remove that, the game gets a little bit boring.
Yo, Volks, really appreciate you hopping on and what you're building, and you've inspired me to look into vibe coding a little bit more. Shout out Dragonade. Little did you know you were gonna have a super fan up in here picking apart like tiny nuances of your game and everything. But he said in the chat box here, he complains because he likes it. So I think you got a lot of fans up in here. And also, I just gotta say, I'm just fascinated with Matt. That Matt loves this game because if anyone's been around for a while, we've had a lot of games come through here, and Matt is historically just really bad at a lot of these games. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I think he would admit that. So I have a question for Matt, actually. Matt, are you good at this game, or do you like it, and are just what's your skill level here, man? I'm trying to figure out where I enter at. Matt's gonna rug me on the question. That's all right. Anyway, we're gonna pass the mic over to Untitledxyz. Yo, thank you, folks, very much for hopping on. Really, man. Check out the game on Farcade, Pixel Survivors.
No worries, thank you.
I think we got some prizes. I believe we're running a 24-hour competition. So play the game, take a screenshot of your high score. If I did not explain that properly, then Matt's gonna have to figure out his mic and explain it to you after Untitled. But anyway. We're going to take a field trip, and let me grab the link for y'all, because while I pass the mic over to Untitled, we need to go over to the museum spot that he's going to be talking about. So I'm going to drop the link here in Discord. Everybody travel over this spot. I'm going to drop the link in Hyperfy and yell at everybody in there to go there. Go here. And if y'all don't know, Untitled is a legend. He's been working on these Mocha rooms for what feels like almost as long as we've been out here too. And Mocha is a legendary product as well. So that's what we do out here. So the ever precarious mic pass, but we're pretty good at this now. Untitled, if you want to unmute, man, and tell us where we're going and what's going on, and make sure everybody clicks the link and hops over to the Mocha Room spot.
Yeah, mic pass received. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Awesome. Great. All right, guys. Good to see you again. It's been a little bit. And yes, I've been working on these rooms since, the Genesis block of the Metaverse. No, I've been working on these for a while. This has been an amazing project through MoCA, Museum of Cryptoart, where we've been building virtual galleries that you can collect, that you can really outfit with art. And all of we have some incredible tools, and we have the magician behind those tools in the crowd with us today. Renee is here, who's the brilliant dev behind how rooms work and how they are these interoperable objects. So we're in the middle of kind of revamping the Mocha DApp, which is going to have some really cool features for rooms in the future. But yeah, for now, let's hop into the space. For those who are here, you can run around, and each of these kind of like sculptural pieces that you see that are kind of these clay, concrete, windy creatures. Each one of these is a 3D NFT. I'm just going to make sure I'm dancing, because otherwise it would be foolish not to dance in the middle of these. But yeah, guys, these are each interoperable objects. And so what Renee has built with these rooms is the ability to stream these objects into different virtual worlds and to curate them, outfit them with art in the Mocha DApp, and then stream those curations across permissionlessly into different worlds. So we're trying to build these tools that allow people to basically spawn virtual exhibitions and experiences, and use all the on-chain tools that we can to kind of like, build fun things that people can innovate with. But yeah, this has been, if you guys want, should I go into a little bit about like the designs for these and how this came to be? I hear a cheer. Awesome. All right, so these are, each one of these is built using an AI workflow through Comfy UI, if anyone's familiar. This is using a trellis model, which allows me to really develop some cool and really intricate kind of 3D generations. So all of these are prompt to museums. These are built off of prompts. The full series of these completes the kind of whole room series, and each one, there's 142 of them, and they're all unique. Each have their own kind of like, sinuously organic flavor to them. But they were very much meant to be kind of unmuseums. They don't have walls in the traditional sense. They don't have ceilings or floors in most cases. And I think a lot of that was, reflected about, it reflects back to our perception of what a virtual museum in the crypto art era should be. We don't like boring white walls. We don't like plain experiences to showcase flat 2D art. We want to challenge all of it a little bit, create something organic, create something dynamic and interesting that isn't something that you could just have in the in real life white wall galleries that we're too familiar with. So a lot of this is about creating these kind of funky sculptural environments that don't have a flat white wall for you to hang your art, and that's why you see a lot of art here. These are decos, which I know you guys had a field trip on before. Decos are the Mocha PFP, and each one of these is very soon going to turn into an agent that you can talk to and help curate your room. So Mocha rooms and decos are very much together, and these two symbiotically are going to create some really amazing, funky experiences around world building. And yeah, guys, I see some folks. I see some. I hear French. Is that Italian or French? I think it's French. I see some folks have found little creature. I can't speak. Little critters walking around. Those are the Babachi. There's some hidden in here. So if you see one, check it out. And I should say, very importantly, we are giving away the room in the center here where I'm dancing, and all of the decos on display are giveaways. So what I would love for you guys to do, I'm going to share a link in the general chat. I have a video that I posted. It's on my Twitter. And if you share a selfie of yourself exploring around, we're going to pick 8 selfies. Each will receive a prize, one grand prize being the room NFT itself. And the other 7 will be decos that you see on display. So definitely take a selfie, post it underneath this link that I'm going to share here. Yeah, share those sweet selfies that I see popping up in general. If you post those under this link, we're going to make sure you get something fun. But yeah, guys, how tired are we of kind of basic virtual architecture being the same thing that you see in the real world? I think this crowd would agree with me that I'm tired of that. It's no fun. It's not interesting. It's repetitive, and we can do better than that. We can do different than that, because otherwise, if we mirror the real world virtually, we're going to have the exact same problems that we have physically projected into our virtual selves, and that's no fun. Nobody wants that. Same thing with architecture goes for just culture at large. We need to be more creative, and we have a creative crisis in the metaverse. We got to fill all these empty plots with something. So I think we're at a turning point here, and I think we can, fuck coffee tables in the metaverse. Agree with you, Metageist. Let's like flip that table, do something different. Yeah. If you have any questions, I can keep, I could rant on about white wall galleries. I can share a little bit more about the design, but I'd love to hear from you guys if y'all have any questions. It's so cool to see, like, these are brought to life when people are in here. Oh, sorry, Rizzle, go ahead.
No, I was just going to make sure everyone knows the link to post under here. I'm going to copy and paste it again in the channel here. So just so everyone's clear, take a selfie wandering around in here. There's a Twitter post that is getting buried by images. I'm going to post it again from Untitled, and post your selfie under that to get rolled into the giveaway today. 7 art decos and this big room in the middle here. Yeah, let me toss the mic over to Show. We had a bunch of questions rolling in. Show.
Bad. I was trying to get my selfie together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Untitledxyz, welcome back, man.
Yeah, good to see you, Show. Thanks for
having me. Likewise. Yo, shout out to the entire Mocha crew, by the way, that's also in attendance. Let me just say that, like, in addition to you, the entire Mocha team set this year on fire. Many people didn't expect it, and then when it happened, it inspired so many people, and I think that was integral towards any positive growth that happened this year. If people are complaining that there wasn't enough positive growth from projects, would you say that you here showing off the concept, the ideas behind rooms, is a part of this momentum? Is this something that's along the pipeline?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we were fortunate. We started this year with a bang with selling out decos. This was a 10,000 piece collection, which we did not think would sell out that quickly. And that's credit to, Daim and Max and Colborn and Renee for really spearheading this like incredibly complex AI driven collection. And right in the dead of everything, it's been for a while a tough time to launch anything. And with rooms has been going on for a long time. Like these are tough spaces to build, and the technology is tough to keep up with. And yeah, I think finally, right, we're seeing a lot of pieces coming together. We're seeing Hyperfi go open source. That is critical for, I think, a healthy growth in the metaverse. We're seeing AI tools that allow us to generate 3D objects more quickly, to iterate on those more quickly. And we're seeing also an itch. There's an itch from people to get out of the 2D Twitter boring, toxic kind of feed. We need healthy, immersive spaces to tell stories, to drag us out of this awful place to showcase art. It's terrible, and it's like dangerous, and break away from that. And I think we're really hitting a critical point. We've all seen what the last few years have done. And I think we're all ready to take that leap. And honestly, I really do believe Hyperfi going open source has a chance to radically change the way that we navigate the web. I think that could be the secret piece here. And I know all of us at Mocha, we've been talking about this for a long time. This is all the pieces coming together. This is where rooms can thrive. This is where we can really, amplify our message about crypto art, our community, everything that people have been here for and built. I think this is a really important time. And I know the metaverse, the M word, this is like, it's a dead word, and a lot of people say it's dead and gone. I think I'm an eternal optimist here. I think we have a chance to resurrect it and really push the ball forward.
That's awesome. Easy and Crypto would like to know, how long have you been building it?
I've been doing rooms.
Sorry, rooms.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No, rooms has been going since I think the last 2 to 3 years. We started maybe 3 years ago, and then I think we started minting them 2 years ago. And some of the early ones you'll see, they don't look like this style at all. Some of the ones that I did, they're a lot more square and modular. And as these new tools have developed to generate them more quickly, it's changed radically. So I really wanted to reflect and capture that. These are very different from my early style rooms, but I really wanted to capture what generative 3D looks like right now. And it looks a little sloppy. It looks a little glitchy. I like that. I think that's something we should celebrate and capture. To me, these are artworks as well as galleries, and really important to kind of embrace the slop. I was telling these guys, Max and Colborn, yesterday, the original word for these instead of on museums was slopitecture, but that might not have been as catchy. So, or maybe too catchy in the wrong way. So we went with on museums.
Yeah, I hear you. Easy and Crypto would also like to know, how do we get a piece into Mocha Gallery? Is there like a review process or something? He would like to throw one of his old pieces inside of it, or is it like open source like Hyperfi?
I love it. Yeah, I think right now we have a community collection where you can basically activate a piece into the kind of like community collection. I don't believe we're expanding the permanent collection at the moment. Maybe Colborn, if you could drop a note in general to confirm or deny this. But I believe,
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, here you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really have an answer. Sorry.
There you have it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could. We haven't really taken pieces in a while. The ETH address is public. Easy, you can totally send stuff there. And why don't I get into the Twitter account and I'll send you a DM.
Easy, you can send it to me if you want. I'll take good care of it. Totally
And sorry, the reason that answer is so convoluted is because we've been trying like crazy to update our backend. Renee can tell you we're just like a moment away from launching V2. And it was a massive data aggregation thing. So, I don't know at this point if anything is going to make it into the website on V2. It can definitely sit in the collection, and it'll be recognized, I guess, when we do this exercise again. But we've been trying to kind of like collate and keep all of our data organized.
and Colborne, could you share a little bit just for the folks of like, we've had some sneak peeks that we've released about how AI is kind of integrating and decos are integrating into the new V2 of Mocha. Could you share a little bit about a little teaser into that? What's V2 going to be?
I guess I could. Renee would probably be better.
Yeah,
But
if you're
here's what we've done. We've basically taken all the way back to the early Dada writings. We've assembled a massive crypto art library, and we have put it into effectively a library which we have trained our agents on. So you can go in and you can ask pretty much any question you want about crypto art, and you'll get kind of like the real collectively sourced answer. And from there, we want people with Mocha token to be able to kind of quote unquote stake their reputation to certain information. So we're really kind of looking to move away from like the what is hot of the moment on the timeline to something that is a little more comprehensive, that represents a decentralized voice where there's a multitude of opinions, and it's based on what people care about and what they wrote about. So really more of a historical lens on this space and trying to get together a more robust narrative.
Yeah, I'm so excited for V2. Renee has been building out some extremely like bleeding edge technology, both in kind of archiving tech, agentic tech, and how you can communicate with the new platform and search and query things. It's like it's going to be super interesting, and yeah, all of that is coming out super soon. Honestly, like maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Like next week, maybe tomorrow, next week, sometime soon.
We have
it is. Oh, sorry, Shep. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. We have a question from Metaguyz. He would like to know how much manual intervention is involved with rooms.
That's a great question. I generated, the first model I used was a CRM model in Comfy, and it was, I was telling Colborne this yesterday, it was very goopy, like too goopy almost. And that was maybe 6 months ago or last summer, honestly. And then there's a new resource called Trellis that was developed by Microsoft that allows you to have a lot more flexibility of input. It's all text. So I'm still going with text, and I'm kind of finessing different words and architectural lingo. Yeah, Trellis is like really fascinating, and it tells you too, like just the rapid improvement of generative 3D over the last 6 months has been insane. Like it's just going to really, it's kind of following the trajectory of like generative 2D. I think we're hitting a big inflection point there. In terms of 3D, I mean. But yeah, so I've been using Trellis for these models, and it really allowed me to finally get away from like the shell object where it was just sort of like one fixed object. Like you could generate a treasure chest or a house or, a tree, but you couldn't move through it. You couldn't build voids. So Trellis really, I threw a lot of finesse of the language and a ton of like thousands of generations of these things. I finally got like these funky bone-like environments that you could move through, and that could actually work in a virtual setting as like, you have apertures, you've quote unquote doorways that you could treat as doorways, but you could really navigate them, and they look sick in VR. They look really cool in a virtual setting, and that was critical. Otherwise, you could build a room with like the early CRM models, but they would just be shells, and that's not and that wasn't enough of a design language, to your point, Metaguyz. Like this I feel like this is sloppy, but it has a lot of intention behind it, and the surfaces are complicated. They're like these funky parabolic, flowy curves, and they're also super optimized. They're all about 3 megabytes on average. And the textures also, each texture for these, there's 142 different textures. Each generated manually. And yeah, I think like this is a huge body of work that I've spent a long time on, and it's just awesome to see them finally out in the wild. And you guys are really the first to like bring them to life today. This is amazing seeing this many people like exploring them, you know, giving them some flavor. So this is so cool.
Oh, we also have another question from Metageist. He would like to know what's the data set, and is this legacy Twitter conversations plus sent?
Oh, gotcha. That was for the library at Mocha. Good question. The library is, I think, querying 40,000 different data points. I could be wrong on that. A lot of them are historic articles. I don't believe it might be using Twitter for different users, but I think it's mostly Colborne. Do you know more specifics?
I'm gonna drop the Substack link in here, which has everything on the library.
Yeah,
I know there is some Twitter in there because I came across Xcopy as a source yesterday. Yeah, it was trained on the Mad and Rizzle show for sure. There were a lot of podcasts that I think were transcribed and put in there. I know Dada archives, obviously our own writing within the museum. If there was a Kevin Esterick or all of the right-click save stuff, I believe. Maybe I think what Fanny Lacubi did and Eleonora Breezy. Steemit articles. Give it a read.
Yeah.
And let us know what else you want to see in there if we don't have it, please. Because obviously the whole point of the library is that it keeps expanding and that we capture these archives now before they disappear from the internet forever.
Yeah, I mean, this is a super important exercise, right? Like we have to be able to capture this stuff, train it in a way that's recognizable from an AI lens. And it's basically like translating it into a voice that can persist. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna lose. There's just so much rot on the internet. And especially, it's kind of we're seeing it obviously with metadata on NFTs. It's the same. It's much worse even across just early articles. Like a lot of Steemit stuff that I was trying to track down from like 2016, 17. It's a lot of it is kind of rotting away. The images are gone and stuff like that, and it's hard to find. So this is important. This is a big exercise. Otherwise, it's going to be left to the people who sell for tens of millions of dollars, and then that's obviously not an accurate perspective of what this movement is and who was here.
That's cool. Lastly, we have a question from Spherical Art in regards to. Okay. So this is actually a comment on Hyperfy. The web pages are slow and often unresponsive. Is it just him, or is this widespread for anyone? And I guess would rooms be a solution for that?
Ooh, interesting. Rooms could be a solution because these galleries, each one of these is like a couple megabytes. It's not heavy. A lot of Hyperfy worlds are loaded. Like, I love the WIP homepage. Rizzle says it's just him. But I think V2 in Hyperfy, it's going to be a lot easier to optimize and build worlds that are kind of like more web friendly. It's tough in V1. You don't get, you do get some sense of like performance, but I don't know. With this world total, I think is 20 megabytes for everything in this world. And that's pretty solid because I think, I did some rooms that I'm pretty sure were 30 megabytes in the beginning. Just one room in and of itself. But this whole environment, everything, even the chirpy sounds of the birds you hear, all of that together is just 20 megabytes, and I think that's pretty damn good.
That's cool. Sorry, this is the last question. Easy and Crypto would like to know, how long do we have to send our selfies? And he's kind of locked out of, he's locked out.
Oh, no worries. Take your time. Do it. We'll close it up like tonight. I'll look at it tomorrow morning and we'll go through everything. No worries. Take your time with your selfie. Craft your perfect picture, and we'll make sure everyone gets. Yeah, I'll double check tomorrow morning. These selfies are amazing. This is so cool. And Metaverse, I don't know how you're doing some of these. This is so cool.
Yo, Untitled, man, thank you so much for coming through and hopping on the mic, man. I think everyone is impressed with what you're doing, as well as the file size count and everything. He's a wizard. Shout out to Easy for making sure he gets the giveaway, and Dragonade for asking nuanced gaming questions to Bolts. We need to take a group shot in here, and let me confirm. Yeah, Paradox isn't here, so we need a fake Paradox, preferably someone who can really poorly imitate his accent. Cheddar Queso, I would love for you to be a fake Paradox. If that's what you're offering, or maybe you're just in World. So everyone get in World. I dropped the link in Discord, and I'm going to toss the mic to Fake Paradox, not really knowing where it's going, but we'll see if someone takes it. So no, let's do the theme song. We need Paradox's theme song. We're just gonna proceed without him, and we'll figure something out. So proper protocol. We'll do the theme song. Everybody get in World, and then we need a Fake Paradox to do this properly. Otherwise, everyone has to stay here until next week.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Hello everybody, yeah, I'm Paradox. In case you didn't know, I am the resident photographer, and if you go and stand next to Metaverse there, you can see that we've got one of Untitled's wonderful Metaverse architecture pieces behind us. Everybody facing the same direction. I'm going to roll back my mouse wheel and make sure that I can get everybody in. Everybody do a / dance. Is that going to work? Yeah. Watch Metaguy said dancing, busting his moves in the middle. Copy him. Make sure you've got your feet dancing around in the grass. And I'm going to get this photo now. Wonderful. Look at this. We've got skeletons, monitors. We've got a Stina there. We've got M Liberty in the house. Wonderful. I'm going to grab that now and boom. Thank you very much.
Yo, good stuff. Great turnout. Thanks everyone for coming out today. Thank you, Fake Paradox, aka Metageist. Make sure you do all the things. Sign the guest book. I'm dropping the link here so you can get the rats. Drop the selfie under Untitled's post. We'll get that posted up here too, so you can win the Art Decos or possibly the room. And we've also got some prizes from Pixel Survivors and everything. I believe we just have to take a screenshot of our high score. We'll see if Matt's unrugged by now. Sometimes this happens where Matt just like falls into a wormhole. But we'll see if we can take him out and figure out what we have to do to get the Pixel Survivor prize. Matt, maybe?
Can you hear me?
You're back. What's up? Yeah, welcome.
There we go. Unrugged myself. Progress. Yeah. So go over to the Purple app, Warpcast, in the WIP Meetup channel. Just drop or quote-cast whether it's Rizzles or Mycast there. Put your high score. that you make in the next 24 hours, and then we'll tip in like the top 5 scores, $10 each. So we'll make it rain on folks, and then make it rain on other folks in the app too. So that's it. Super simple. Play Pixel Survivors. Have a bunch of fun.
And I'll just add to that. Warpcast is like kind of weird. Sometimes you need permission to post in a channel. So if you can't get it in the channel, like, you know, just tag a whole bunch of people. Make sure we see it, and we'll figure it out. Thanks everyone for coming out today. Thanks everyone for putting up a whole bunch of prizes and freebies and stuff on the guest list and everything. Fabiano, Patrizia, Volks, Untitled, Colborn, Renee, Museum of Cryptoart, Fake Paradox will throw you in the mix as well. We got another great one coming up next week with Rostan showing off Hyper-5 V2, and then we're going to prom on the 22nd with Bay. I gotta get in contact with her and figure out what we gotta do for that. So get ready for those things, and I'll see y'all next week. Thanks everybody. Stick around for the afties.
Wait, is this thing on?
It's time for the afties.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go. Hey y'all, how's my audio? My 2x2, 5x5. What's up?
Yes.
Awesome. If you're in the voice channel, you're still here, and you decided to stick around instead of dipping out, it's all good. If you want to leave, you can just get the fuck out. But if you want to stay, you can stay the fuck in. If you don't know, there's cursing and yelling and screaming and opinionated takes. Some tongue-in-cheek, some very serious, some Debbie Downers, some extremely overly positive and motivational too. It's a toss up. It's unquantifiable. It's something that I can't put on my resume in order to explain to Arbitrum or like Polygon Labs or Trezor or Ready Player Me. I can't explain what this is, and so I'm unhireable. So I'm just gonna resort to like picking up garbage in parks in real life. So that being said, adjust your headphones, adjust your speakers. You should know what this is. If you don't know, just listen to what the fuck I just told you. Adjust your headphones, adjust your speakers. Why would you think that I'm trying to tell you to adjust? Because of fucking volume. Adjust your headphones. Adjust. WIP fam. WIP fam. WIP fam. WIP fam. I was gonna wait, let me not get ahead of myself. Look, man, Farcon took over New York City last week, and I was upset. No, it's the same microphone, MJ Mumbo. It's the same mic. I mean, maybe my I don't know, maybe my voice is coming in clear. I don't know. Normally it comes in scratchy, right? With them, I was upset because like it's just like the randomest fucking week that like that Farcon could happen, right? In my city, like it's like I want to do things. But yeah, like Farcon chose like the absolute worst period to be social. Right after tax season, during one of the largest meltdowns in the history of the crypto space. Like waiting for the next Fed meeting. I'm talking about last week. I'll get to the Fed meeting because it just happened yesterday. But last week, and like sentiment is down. But yet on Farcaster, you can't tell because people are just typing one word fucking sentences and then getting a ton of interaction. I get zero fucking I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. I don't know, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in the fucking space anymore. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Polygon won't get back to me on my resume and my cover letter. Maybe there's a typo or some shit, I don't know. There's a ton of people that are doing things on social media that I'm not doing it right. But more importantly, I was just gonna randomly pop up on Nifty Time just to say hi, just for like 5 seconds. I don't want to bother him. He's like canoodling and moving and shaking and making connections and shit. Cause right now, like, Matthew's in a fucking trade war. Matthew is literally in a fucking trade war on Warpcast, trying to be the biggest tipping like fucking app in the space, and it's crazy. It's insane. If you're watching it go down, they're literally at war with like all these other fucking all these apps, and like it's awesome to see like growth of an idea, you know. So yeah, I was gonna pop up, but I was like, this is the worst sign, man. Like I was just like, Matthew, I'll fucking see you in a month if you come back for NFT NYC. Because I was just like, man, I can't. I'm trying to like chill. I can't do things. The market sucks. I can't do fun shit, man. I'm being like, I've gotten too reckless. It's been bad. I'm like, I can't fucking do anything, man. I can't fucking do shit. You motherfuckers don't understand. It's been 4 months. No, 5. Shit, it's fucking May. 5 months. It's been 5 months of bullshit. I mean, cheddar queso, it's like an oxymoron at this point. Do those concepts interlace? Do they interact? Do they intersect? It's like, does that energy even coincide or even exist on the same realm? You know, a metaverse trade war, like, it just wouldn't even. Hey, mute your fucking microphone. Since his father is treatment taken up. Please mute your microphone during the afties. So, but like, it's like the concepts. Do they intersect at all? They don't intersect. So we come to this week, right? I miss FarCon. I'm not social, and I'm just thinking things, right? While trying to elucidate my thoughts on Warpcast, but I don't even know how to properly type shit to get interaction there either. So click on me. Click on me in the voice channel. Maybe you'll get a better understanding of where my thought process is. Right? If you have clicked on me, you'll look. Shout out to you people who clicked on me. Click on me, man. If you're listening to me, you want to have context. Click on me. You see that I'm sharing my fucking screen. Click on me, motherfucker. So like, I was like, all right, man. This is fucking with my sex life. It's fucking with my social life. I can't do anything. 5 months. So I'm like, okay, what is the cause? What can I point to? What can I say? What can I use as the excuse instead of me looking in the mirror and blaming myself? What can I use as the excuse? So now I'm gonna show you this.
In the data.
Oh, hold on. Let me show this. Let me look. So if you didn't know already, the last Fed meeting happened in March. Many of us were under the assumption that, hey, the market kind of sucks right now. It's bad. So we went through a month and a half of just it was bad until a week and a half ago, where suddenly out of nowhere, the market started showing green for no reason, but yet none of that money was trickling into anything else for real, which is strange, But everyone was saying, hey, there needs to be quantitative easing going on right now. It's not happening. The next Fed meeting, interest rates need to be lower, man. Unemployment is low. Real estate, something is like things are low, dude. So we were under the impression that they were saying the opposite. That they were saying, "Oh no, hey man, actually, things are okay. Things are awesome. We don't need to do shit." Like, so many people already they jumped the gun. They already said, "Oh man, it's already priced in. The issues are priced in. Check it out. Check this out."
We really don't see in the data yet big economic effects. We see sentiment. There are concerns that higher prices may be coming or things like that. And so they're worried now about inflation. They're worried about the a shock from the tariffs, but they really haven't. That shock hasn't hit yet. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the not just the sentiment data, but also the real economic data as we assess what it is we should do. And remember, there will be two effects. One of them would be weakening economic activity, which translates into higher unemployment, and the other would be potentially higher inflation. Again, to say it again, the timing, the scope, the scale, and the persistence of those effects are very, very uncertain. So it's not at all clear what the appropriate response for monetary policy is at this time. And and by the way, our policy is in a good place, so we think we can wait and move when it is clear what the right thing to do is. Really not at all clear what it is we should do.
Oh wait. Oh, did you not? You didn't hear me? Did my audio cut out? Oh no, the video. Did you hear the video audio? Oh shit! Wait, I'm getting mixed. I'm getting. Okay. All right. So let me just let me summarize this. Jerome Powell. This is the head of the Fed. This is the. Yeah, it's all good. So Jerome Powell. So wait. So some of you didn't hear, some of you did. Okay. So listen. I'll play it back one more time. It's important that you hear this because, yeah,
we really don't see in the data.
Wait. Click on me. Okay. It's important.
We really don't see in the data yet big economic effects. We see sentiment. There are concerns that higher prices may be coming or things like that. And so they're worried now about inflation. They're worried about a shock from the tariffs, but they really haven't. That shock hasn't hit yet. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the not just the sentiment data, but also the real economic data as we assess what it is we should do. And remember, there will be two effects. One of them would be weakening economic activity, which translates into higher unemployment, and the other would be potentially higher inflation. Again, to say it again, the timing, the scope, the scale, and the persistence of those effects are very, very uncertain. So it's not at all clear what the appropriate response for monetary policy is at this time. And and by the way, our policy is in a good place, so we think we can wait and move when it is clear what the right thing to do is.
Okay. So Jerome Powell is the head of the Federal Reserve. This is the biggest central bank in the world, right? You handle money. You know the history of money. In order for you to have that position, you need to understand economics to like the most finite minute level, right? Minute, right? You should understand every situation possible when it comes to finance. For you to say that like you don't know you don't know what to do during like this because of tariffs. You don't know what to do. So you're saying that you don't understand what tariffs are, or you don't understand what trades are, that you don't understand what to do in this situation. You have years of you have history to rely on. You should have experience. Oh, aren't there books on like strategies on how to handle the market in this situation? For you to say that you can wait, there's uncertainty. What the fuck are you uncertain about? There should be you're the motherfucker. We ask questions, you give us answers. You're the one who's supposed to know. Even if this shit happens, what the fuck are you like? Oh, we're uncertain about how the market is. What the fuck do you do? In the event that your body suddenly voids itself, right? So you defecate all over yourself. Do you just sit there? Like, or is there uncertainty about what's happening? Do you wait? You're like you saying that you wait for that you're like oh no. So this is what he said. Basically, he fucking said that due to the data in April that the market's in a great place. So there's nothing that we don't have to do anything. The market is healthy. The market is fine. So we're just gonna wait for the opportune time. And then he said, get this. Let me go to this caption right here from Watcher Guru. He said that people are worried about a shock from tariffs. A shock? My motherfucker, 5 months. Oh, that the shock hasn't hit yet, but we're worried about the effects. People have been feeling the economic effects, you dumbass. Have you seen most companies have been experiencing this? Our policy is in a good place. Oh, your policy. So you mean this is written understanding of the situation? That correct, right? Policy is written understanding, legalized understanding of a situation. When something does this, you do this, right? That's what that means, right? So what is the uncertainty? Our policy is in a good place, so we think that we can wait and move when it is clear what the right thing to do is. Huh? We can wait and move when it's clear what the right thing to do is, but your policy is in a good place. What is the right thing to do? You're supposed to tell us what the right thing to do is. Inflation, he's worried that if quantitative easing occurs, that inflation is going to run wild. But if the entire country is losing money, and then you're blaming the President of the United States tariffs, and then saying, hey, well, once these tariffs go away, then we can start doing what our plan was, or we can hit our goals for the year. So this is less about making sure that the economy is healthy. Because April's data tells you that it was bad. This is about you, your ego, and you saying, hey, we're not going to push the button until this trade war thing happens, this trade war thing ends. But the trade wars are happening specifically to pull in more money for the country, to bolster the economy. But if you're not I'm scratching my face. I'm scratching my head. Oh man. Check this out. Maybe this will explain. Because I'm just like, what is going on? Yes, Nate, that too. I don't even have one anymore. It disappeared a long time ago. It's because I've been bled to death. I've been bled out.
Chairman of the Fed, Jerome, if he would lower interest rates like China did, like I think UK did, but like numerous other countries have done, it's like jet fuel. It'd be great. But he doesn't want to do it. I think he doesn't want to do it. Probably he's not in love with me. I think that's right. It's sort of a crazy reason, but that's the way life is. Anybody in his position would be learning. It would be like jet fuel. But even without that, we're doing well.
This is telling me things, and this should be telling you things too. So this is a sentiment thing. This is a sentiment thing. If Jerome Powell lowered interest rates yesterday, not only would we have seen an enormous amount of activity, many things would have popped off in a way where a lot of people would have recouped. It's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. It's gotten to the point where, like Metaverse just explained right here, things would have gone nuclear, but not nuclear. No, I take that back because it's too soon for nuclear. But I feel like this is a sign that people wanted things to happen by this point. The middle of the second month of Q2 should be a boom time, should be go time, should be recoup time, especially after 5 months of a downtrend. To the point where the Fed, for Jerome Powell says that, the market's doing good. We don't know what's wrong. There just seems, the only thing that's wrong is like there just seems to be a downward trend in personal sentiment about the market. And that's a you thing. That's not a us thing. Fuck you. That's the Senate that like so my sentiment. So you're basically you're devaluing my sentiment. And then you're waiting. You're just waiting for the right time to move in order to hit goals. Just because you feel some type of way about trade tariffs being used as a strategy, tariffs being used as a strategy in order to negotiate better deals. We understand the concept now, even if it's dumb or not, you're still the Fed. Your number one priority should be strengthening the money. You're worried about inflation running rampant. The economy hasn't been moving, sir. The economy hasn't been moving. Simple as that. In order for the economy to move, in order for you to make money, money needs to circulate. I don't know why this is a foreign concept to Jerome Powell. Or to the previous Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who's out. Now you got Scott Bessent, who's all over the place, saying all kinds of shit. I don't even know what the fuck Scott Bessent is on. I think that he's trying to make moves, but Jerome Powell just keeps sucking the air out of the room. You're quote unquote waiting for things to blow over. Oh man, I don't want to complain. I don't like complaining. But obviously you can see how ridiculous this is. So we're at a forced stalemate. Again, stagnation for no reason whatsoever. Man. Let me see something with Watcher Group. Oh yeah. Trump said this. I feel like this is poignant in regards to the trade wars. I might talk about tariffs. Tariffs was just some bluff blind shit in order to get people to the table. Is my mic cutting in and out?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll play this from Trump.
I want crypto. I think crypto is important because if we don't do it, China's going to. And I want crypto. I think crypto is important because if we don't do it, China's going to.
That's so simple. That's such a simple concept, right? Really, you're trying to bring China to the table because their economy is burgeoning. They're doing all these things, and you're trying to swing your phallus. I get it. The tariffs were the whole point is to bring these motherfuckers to the table so you can negotiate better trade deals on products so the company makes money. But the money printer is a dumbass because they're like, hey, we don't know if we want to make more. We don't know if we want to make more money because we're afraid people are going to have too much money. And if there's too much of paper money floating around, then that means that inflation goes up and devalues the dollar. The strengthening, God damn it, God fucking damn it. Where does he say that the US dollar gets strengthened by crypto itself? The SEC Commissioner Hester Percy says tokenization is a technology that could significantly transform financial markets. God damn it. Where is this? Not Scott. I don't know why he said, the U.S. is not engaged in any trade negotiations with China. Where is this? I can't even find what I'm looking for because it's just so ridiculous. It's a them problem. I can't even find. I'll just say it. I'll just say it that the U.S. dollar gets strengthened by crypto, by the use of crypto. So if the Chinese yuan gets strengthened by crypto, obviously America falls behind. But America can't make moves if the Federal Reserve won't fucking give people leeway to play around with crypto. There it is. Because of, I'm too scared that history will remember me as a dumbass for making inflation run wild just because the president made a risky move. Which is fair, but at the same time, it's you gotta play to win. You gotta play to win. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, man. I don't know. Maybe. But Trump is saying that he's very close to announcing more trade deals, even though Scott Bessent just said that they don't have any trade deals with China. They just did a trade deal with India, where India is taking away all of America's reciprocal tariffs. The president's saying you should better go out and buy stocks. I don't know, man. Maybe that's the reason why Bitcoin just surpassed 100K. And Ethereum just shot up a couple $100, which is only just like really like tens of hundreds of dollars. I don't like Ethereum anymore. There needs to be more than one coin that's up there in value and utility. If Solana wants it, go ahead. There needs to be more than just Solana. XRP needs to start doing some things. Ripple just tried to purchase Circle, by the way. They just tried to purchase USDC for $4 billion, and Circle said no, it's too low. which was interesting and wild. But if they did that, then maybe the value of XRP would have shot up. XRP needs a use case. Somebody else needs to be doing something because Ethereum ain't doing shit. So, like, what the, how the fuck is this possible? That only one thing has any, like, all right, man. I'm just gonna call a spade, all right? The monetary value is important now at this point. It can't just be one coin. It can't just be, oh, you amassed millions of Ethereum, so that's where your wealth is, instead of you having just one Bitcoin that gives you wealth. The disparity, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Look, man, there needs to be other players in the game. I think that the biggest Ethereum killer was Ethereum in 2025. Ethereum 2021 through 2025. Ethereum killed itself. And then these motherfuckers yesterday, did you see this shit? They're like, oh, the Petra upgrade, and then Vitalik wrote a blog that's shorter in length that says that we're gonna refocus again on this and this and like. I'm just like, I mean, I'm stupid, but are you stupid too? Like, I'm stupid. Are we both stupid now? I think we're both stupid now. That's what I think. Right? We have to be. Who gives a fuck about another Ethereum upgrade, man? No one wants to use this shit. I don't want to build on it anymore. What the fuck is the point? What is the point? The monetary value is an integral part of you building on the platform. The tech and the monetary value went hand in hand at certain points. When it was $300, when it was $120 in 2020, it was $120, then it was $300, then it was $700. It was comparable to what you could do with it. Gas fees, surprisingly, weren't crazy in 2020. It was in 2021 where the shit went crazy. We're like, oh shit, something's wrong with this. And then that's where the problems happen. You wanna make a proof of stake. You wanna start adding. You wanna dank shard and L2 wrap and ZK snarks and shit. Solana just came in and gave you a half-ass product. Had a bunch of celebrities attached, made it easy for you to trade between different chains with a simple interface that gave you the option to either be a white or black background and kicked your motherfucking ass. That's tough. That's tough noogies. Tough noogies, man. I don't know what else to say at this point, man. I don't know. I'm just hoping that shit, man. I mean, Bitcoin to 200K. I'm not a holder, but fuck it, man. Just fucking lean in. And maybe Ethereum will get like 20 cents, you know? Maybe when Bitcoin reaches 200K, Ethereum gets an extra 20 cents or some shit. I don't know, 17.58 cents or some. I don't know. Shout out to Ethereum Silver Culture, whatever the fuck that shit was, you know, and all that. More blog posts, thumbs up. More condescending, out of touch blog posts and shit, and hopefully Farcon will come back in 2 weeks. Let's just fucking do Farcon every week. Fuck it. SolanaCon next. Fuck it, man. Ethereum, you killed yourself, you fucking dumbass. And that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through this edition of the Athlete. Shout out to the entire leadership team at meme.com. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you. WIP fam. Hey, man, you know, NFA, DYOR. Everything I say is tongue-in-cheek, but sometimes not really, but sometimes all the fucking time. It isn't just Debbie Downerism. It is just a reflection of the average motherfucker typing into the void on crypto Twitter and now Farcaster as well. So don't do what I would do, but do everything that you would do. And yeah, shout out to One James. Yeah, Tron Festival, shout out to Justin's son. And much love, I'll see you later.